In this way, the mirror, whether metal or water, acted as a sensor for subtle realms. Not a window, but an instrument. While the Aztecs gazed into the black void of volcanic glass, early Chinese diviners approached scrying through an equally refined, though aesthetically different technology: ink and water basins paired with cosmological systems like the I Ching. In ancient China, the mirror was often made of bronze, highly polished on one side and etched with sacred symbols on the other. These mirrors were used not only for self-awareness and ritual clarity, but to detect energies in a room, deflect spirits, and stabilize spiritual portals. Some Taoist texts describe the mirror not as a passive reflector, but as a field modulator, a boundary-setting device that can either amplify or absorb qi, depending on how it's aligned. The practice of scrying with black ink and water, a lesser-known but documented Taoist method, involved pouring a drop of ink into a bowl of still water and allowing the patterns to inform symbolic readings. The drop would bloom and shift, sometimes remaining dark and still, sometimes spreading with fractal-like unpredictability. These movements weren't dismissed as random. They were considered patterned chaos, the visible trace of a non-visible field. The practitioner would observe silently, entering a meditative state, and interpret what emerged through their knowledge of Taoist metaphysics: balance of yin and yang, the five elements, directional forces, and the ever-cycling transformation of life. This was not casual intuition. This was trained perception. Just as with the Aztecs, Chinese diviners were working within a cosmological framework, a system of correspondences that tied natural elements, temporal shifts, and symbolic language into a coherent interpretive grid. The I Ching was often used in tandem with visual divination. For example, a scrying session might occur after a hexagram was cast, to deepen or clarify its meaning. The visual field became a symbolic overlay, a mirror not of the outer world, but of the moment's energetic configuration. It's worth noting that water bowls were also used to detect spiritual interference. Some Taoist priests would place a bowl of still water in a room and monitor its movement overnight. If the water shifted, rippled, or reflected strange lights, it was seen as evidence of spirit presence or imbalance in the local qi field. In this way, the mirror, whether metal or water, acted as a sensor for subtle realms. Not a window, but an instrument.